Welcome to No Things Considered. My name is Tin Young, and I guarantee that you're going to like this show today, so much so that you should share it with your friends right now without even seeing the show. You're going to like it because we're going to be talking about why Donald Trump can't be impeached according to an evil billionaire. I know what you're saying to yourself. Evil billionaires. We're told about this all the time by MSNBC and CNN. Who are these evil billionaires that are out there? Well, here's one that isn't viewed as an evil billionaire, especially by CNN, where he spends a lot of money to talk about why Donald Trump should be impeached. That's Tom Steyer. Now, he's got a lot of free time on his hands, and I can't say that he's evil, but he did start an organization called Need to Impeach, and he seems like he's got an awful lot of time on his hands. Because if I were a billionaire, I'd be flying around the globe and just drinking and partying and probably running whatever businesses I need to run. But instead, he spent all of his free time with this organization, Need to Impeach. Now, he came out with this publication called Impeachment, a guide for candidates. And I'm not exactly sure how it's a guide for candidates, but what it is a poll of the members of Need to Impeach, the people who are already his friends, to talk about the 5 reasons why Donald Trump should be impeached. And spoiler alert, none of them are good reasons. So let's talk about the first reason why Tom Steyer and his organization Need to Impeach say that Donald Trump should be impeached. 92% of the members of his organization say that Donald Trump should be impeached. Donald Trump should be impeached. I can say that. I'm excited about talking about this because they obstructed justice by firing FBI Director James Comey. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this interview or not. We broke it down a few days ago, and you should go back and take a look at the video. James Comey went on ABC Sunday night to talk to George Stephanopoulos, and by the end of that interview, he had pissed off everyone from both sides of the aisle. James Comey should have been fired. He would have been fired by Hillary, he would have been fired by Donald Trump, and he showed that he was completely biased in everything that he did, all the decisions that he made. So, is that obstructing justice? It's almost like saying that the rest of the people in the building, the FBI building, would stop all investigations once their director was fired. That doesn't happen. That's completely illogical. So if they weren't investigating Donald Trump, which, by the way, Comey says they were not investigating Donald Trump, just a small group of people around him. Come on now. So was Donald Trump obstructing justice by firing James Comey? No. And that's not impeachable. The second reason that the members of Need to Impeach say that Donald Trump should be impeached, 91% of them saying that 58 legal scholars say he's committed impeachable offenses. 58 legal scholars. Well, let me tell you guys, you need to put this in perspective. This is the campus of Harvard Law. Now, how many members of staff are there at Harvard Law? Oh, wait, you want to Google it? No, I'll tell you. 318, which makes the number 58 barely 1/5 or 1/6 of that total staff at just one law school. That means there are thousands upon thousands of legal scholars in the country, maybe 100,000, who knows? And they found 58 that just don't happen to like Trump. I could probably find 3,000 dentists who don't like Trump, probably 30,000 teachers who don't like Trump. But does that mean that they should be impeached because somebody's opinion says that somebody should be impeached? No, not a good enough reason. Sorry, Need to Impeach. Let's move on to number 3. He enriched himself and his family. 91% of the members of Need to Impeach say that Donald Trump made money while becoming president of the United States. And of course, he's still making money. His businesses, he can't cash in on it right now, but his businesses keep moving. He's got his name on steaks, wine, syndication of television shows, the Trump Hotel, the fabulous Trump Hotel in downtown Washington, D.C. If you ever want to come visit Washington, D.C., it's a very expensive place to go. I would Airbnb. But anyway, listen, here's the thing. All presidents, at least the recent ones, have enriched themselves by becoming president of the United States. A lot of them just write books or have documentaries or videos or speaking engagements, things like that ahead of time, and that value goes up as they become president of the United States, or they sell more of those books as they become president of the United States. So everyone is guilty of that. Donald Trump's not twisting anybody's arm to stay at his place and buy wine and buy steaks. Sorry, Tom. Sorry, Need to Impeach. Also, not an impeachable offense. Number 4. He's too unstable to have nuclear weapons. 91% of people say he's too unstable to have nuclear weapons. Guys, I don't even care about this one. This was just an opinion of the Need to Impeach people. 91% of them say that he's crazy. Oh, well, a lot of people can say that a lot of people are crazy. That doesn't mean they should lose their jobs. This is just opinion, and it's BS. And it's probably safer than having her have her finger on the button, right? And number 5, the 5th reason that Need to Impeach members, 90% of them say that Donald Trump should be impeached, is that he colluded with Russia. Now, is collusion a crime? No. Is working with a foreign entity a crime? Yeah. Has that been proven yet since that investigation started a year ago? Over a year ago now. No, not at all. Sorry. Again, liberal fan fiction. He's not going to be impeached for colluding with Russia. They bought social media ads, and guys, if that influenced people to vote, we've got a problem in this country. I think people have made up their minds well before Election Day as to who they were going to vote for, which leads us to this little conversation that I wanted to have with you. The investigation into Michael Cohen and the raiding of his office by the FBI. It seems like the investigation has gone a little off the rails when the main thing they were looking for in Michael Cohen's office was information about the Access Hollywood tape. Maybe he grabbed her by the pee in Russia. No. See, the original investigation was about Russian collusion. And I want to explain this to you exactly what has happened here and how far this investigation has gone off the rails by talking about my own personal diet, which I hate, and that's why I talk about it all the time. It's painful. Don't ever go on a diet. So let's talk about my diet. Say I tell my friends that I'm going on a diet, and they get the FBI, because they have a lot of free time on their hands apparently, to investigate my diet. So they look into it, and they go, all right, well, how are we going to prove that Tim is on a diet? Well, we're going to take a look at the food that he buys. He says he's only eating healthy, so we're going to take a look at his receipts. Well, in looking at their receipts, they happen to call on my friend Tom. Tom's an attorney, but maybe in the middle of it, we'll just say that he says that he can practice in Washington, D.C. I don't know if he can or not. I know he's up in another state. You guys can worry about that later, but maybe he can't practice in Washington, D.C., but says he can practice in it. Just that comes out in regular conversation. But at the same time, Tom says to the investigators that Tim is reporting his diet receipts, or his vegetables and fruits, on his taxes. He's using it as a write-off because I have to be smaller to fit in this green screen. This is a green screen. Can you believe it? Who knew? So when they take a look into my taxes, because Tom said that I'm writing them off on my taxes, they also find that I like to keep my lawn mowed. The outside lawn. And I hire a landscaper to do that. Well, when they take a look at the landscaper, they realize, through Matt, Big Mouth Matt here, that the landscaper's hiring illegal immigrants. I can say that because that's what they are, illegal immigrants, to mow lawns. So, here's what happens. They hear about the illegal immigrants. They know it's this landscaper. So they decide that they need to go even further and investigate and raid the landscaper's office. Because they heard that they're hiring illegal immigrants and they want to take a look at their documents. This is the actual office. And while they're at the office, they realize that someone is illegally carrying a gun. Remember that episode? Pretty good. So here's what happens in the middle of all of that. Remember I spent a little bit of time saying that Tom, way back at the beginning, said that he could practice in Washington, D.C. when he couldn't. Well, he gets arrested for lying to the FBI and indicted on that because they were investigating me, but Tom lied on the record. Then let's just go back to Matt, Big Mouth Matt, for a second. Big Mouth Matt, he says he's on a diet too, but he's not on a diet, and they can prove it. So he's indicted as well for lying to the FBI on the record. Then they also grab Dwight here for having an illegal weapon. So they've arrested 3 people that have nothing to do with, do we remember what the original investigation was about? Oh yeah, that's right, my diet. Sort of like Russian interference in the 2016 election. Now we're on porn stars and the Access Hollywood tape. See how quickly things can go off the rails? Yeah. Don't get investigated by the FBI ever. They can really go down, what is that called? Like it's down the road of just other investigations. Oh, it's a witch hunt. It's called a witch hunt. They want to get you, they'll find some way to do it. Anyway, that's it for No Things Considered tonight, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like the show, share it with your friends. Click the like button, click the heart button, click the smiley face button. I'll see you guys tomorrow night and every night of the week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on this little Facebook page. Thanks for watching. Good night.